Hey everybody, it's Eric, and I'm pleased to report that finally toxic masculinity is back in the MCU. That's right, it's been years. Finally, we have a strong male character who overcomes the odds. He gets beat down, he picks himself back up, he betters himself, he sacrifices himself for those he loves. He's a leader, he's on top of his game, he's got skills, he does it all to save the woman he loves. And of course, I'm talking about Rocket Raccoon. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This will be a spoiler-free review. Don't worry about that. So let's get right to it. James Gunn did a really good job here. All right, he has given us a great MCU trilogy. I will say I like Volume 3 better than Volume 2. A lot better than Volume 2. I still like Volume 1 because it's kind of tighter and more concise. Volume 3 has got a ton of shit going on. There is a bunch of crap on the screen, but it doesn't give me CG fatigue like Ant-Man did, like giving me a headache. There is a lot on the screen, but I think it all works. And there are a ton of characters here, but I don't know if I would kick any one of them out of the movie. I think it all comes together and works very well. So I congratulate James Gunn. I think this is a very good movie and a nice trilogy. He did very good throughout this trilogy. All our favorite characters, of course, are back, and we're going to get to those in just a bit. We've got new characters like, Kraglin. We've had Kraglin in the other movie, but in this movie, we really get to see Kraglin develop, and we get to know more about Kraglin. And same with Astro the dog. Hell, they made a Marvel Legend figure of her, and now I know why, because she's a big part of the movie, and she's very endearing. Yeah, you get to know all these characters, a bunch of new ones. And I'm not really joking about it's refreshing, shocking to see male characters be men, be strong male characters. I mean, men with muscles fighting, and it looks believable, and they're taking charge, and they're kicking ass, and they're leading the group, are male characters. It's very refreshing for the MCU. Something new. Just saying. I mean, Drax is great. We get a lot more Drax, a lot more into his character. Groot, we see new versions of Groot. Groot has new tricks up his sleeve. Again, no spoilers, but the Groot scenes are great. I thought Chris Pratt, besides Rocket Raccoon, I think Chris Pratt carried the movie. He is a movie star, and he's fantastic as a leading man in an action movie. I can't get enough of Chris Pratt, and I think he's getting better every time I see him. So great job. And of course, Rocket Raccoon. This is Rocket Raccoon's movie, and I'll get to that in just a little bit. But we get a lot of Rocket Raccoon. But then Nebula is fantastic. We get more Nebula than we ever got. And Gamora, this new Gamora, right? Because, listen, you got to know this is a different Gamora from a different universe, right? And I really liked how they developed her character and what they did with it. It was really nice. All right, and this movie, this story is really Rocket's story. And we're going to get his story in the form of a lot of flashbacks, and they're heartbreaking. I mean, it's going to show him and his history with the High Evolutionary, the villain in this movie, and they're really, really emotional. I mean, I was getting teary-eyed here. There's a lot of crazy flashbacks. And our Guardians have to go on a little journey to help Rocket out and face off against this High Evolutionary, which this character, this villain, I was worried he was going to be Kang 2.0. I said, you know, there's a person of color, and he's wearing like a blue or purple suit. I'm like, this is Kang 2.0, right, going in. And I was blown away. I don't know the actor that played the High Evolutionary, but the actor's fantastic. And I'm familiar with the character in the comics, and he's pretty one-dimensional. This was a well-done version of the character. We're going to see him early on, and he's one way, right? And then we're going to see him as he is now, and he is just an evil bastard. He just uses beings and uses people and creatures for his own warped agenda. He's evil. He's a son of a bitch, and this actor really goes for it. Really goes for the evil crazy, and I loved it. It was much better than Kang, and yeah, so I think he's one of the better villains we got in the MCU. I liked him that much. We also get Adam Warlock in this movie. He was, what, in a cocoon in the last movie. This is not the version that I'm used to. This is not the comic version. It didn't work for me. He's basically like a gold Superman. I'm getting tired of characters that are just Superman, I gotta tell you. I mean, no offense against the actor. He did the best he could with what he was given here, but it felt a little forced to me. I was okay by the end. He has a little arc too, and I'm like, all right. But probably my least favorite thing about the movie is Adam Warlock. So this movie is absolutely packed with characters, grotesque characters. We're dealing with the High Evolutionary, and Marvel, they didn't hold back. James Gunn went for it and gave us the most grotesque creatures. Sometimes I thought they looked like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters, but just cranked up. A lot of weird creatures, a lot of weird planets that I enjoyed, so I loved it. All the creature design was fantastic. The computer graphics looked amazing, whether it's a creature, whether it's an animal. This did not look like the same studio that gave us Ant-Man Quantumania. It looks like two different studios did two different movies. These visual effects are amazing. I did not get CGI fatigue. Great effects, and I'd highly recommend you go see this in 3D. I did, and throughout the film, I'm seeing moments where I was like, damn, this really looks 3D. This looks like I'm really in the film. So great visual effects. All right, so this is a James Gunn movie, and we're going to get a lot of music, right? But I wasn't expecting this much music to be used so well. I mean, music is front and center in this film, more than Volume 1 and Volume 2. Great music used in great moments. Can't give any spoilers away, but go in expecting to rock. This movie's going to rock. There's great action in this film. We've been watching crappy MCU action for 5 years. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's Shang-Chi or Wakanda Forever or Eternals or Black Widow. It looks bad. It looks like these actors on cables in front of green screens. It's old, it's tired, it looks bad. The action in this movie kicks ass. Absolutely kicks ass. There wasn't one moment where I was bored with the action. It's so well done. There is a fight in the hallway in this film. I heard about it going in, so I had some expectations about this hallway fight. This hallway fight in this film kicks major ass. It is fantastic. Really, really good. I will say, this is probably the goriest Marvel movie that exists. Thinking about, there's a lot of carnage, there's gore, there's a lot of mutated kind of creatures and stuff going on. So if you have little kids, yeah, there's some gore, there's some intense stuff, intense visuals. So just be warned with that. So the ending of this film, am I satisfied with it? And I got to say, hell yeah, I really thought this was a very satisfying ending to this trilogy. It has a Return of the Jedi feel to the end of this film. There's like dancing and stuff, so just remind me of Return of the Jedi a little bit. It's a great conclusion to this Guardians of the Galaxy team. Some contracts are up, so I like how they handled that. We might not see some of these folks again. So, they had to wrap it up somehow, and I'm very satisfied with how they did it. And there are 2 post-credit scenes, so stick around for those. The first one comes kind of quick, and it just shows I'm not going to say what it shows. And the second one maybe isn't as important. Well, there's something that comes on the screen that says something that is a total spoiler. So, yeah, stick around for that. But yeah, this is the best MCU movie since Infinity War. No doubt about it. So I wish the MCU could continue with this energy and this type of movie going forward. But unfortunately, in November, we're going to get the Marvels. So yeah, that'll be fun. Looks terrible. Looks terrible, my friends. All right, that's all I got. I really enjoyed this movie. I probably will see it again. I'm probably going to buy this movie, and that's the first Marvel movie I'm going to buy in like 5 years. So how about that? All right, everybody, go out and see it. Leave a comment when you see it and let me know what you think about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. As always, I appreciate all the support. Everybody have a great night. a great week. I will see you very soon. And as always, I will see you on the new. It's time to eat my chips.